Here's a Rode Wireless Pro set. This is the Sennheiser Wireless Profile, and in this case it's the DJI Mic 2. In this video, I'm going to do an audio test of all three of these systems. This one I just got the Sennheiser, so I'm not too familiar with it. I'm testing all of this out on this camera, which is a Sony FX6. Right now, you're hearing the audio directly from the camera. There's no other shotgun mic, nothing. This is raw camera audio. What you're hearing right now is the Rode Wireless Pro. I'm speaking right into the included microphone built into the device. The transmitter, I am about less than 6 inches to my mouth. I'm holding it in my hand. I don't know if you can hear any handling noise. Here's a Sennheiser Wireless Lavalier microphone. I'm going to use this for all three of the transmitters so that I keep it kind of fair. This has a locking pin right here, or a locking knob, so it still will work with the DJI. DJI is the only one that doesn't have a locking connection. Okay, now I'm speaking into the lavalier microphone. Here's the transmitter that's the lav is plugged into. Here's the receiver. You can see on the receiver the levels, and I have the level set on the camera to level 15. I had it set at level 15 when I began this video, so I'm gonna try to keep it the same, which might be a little too loud, might be a little clipping, but I'm just gonna keep it that way. And yeah, does this sound any different using a lavalier microphone than it does the built-in microphone? I think it does. I think the built-in microphone sounds a little bit better, but I'll leave it up to you to decide. Now you're listening to the DJI Mic 2. Here's the charging case. As you can see, I only have one of the mics on right now, and I have it the same distance that I had the Rode, which is about less than 6 inches from my mouth. Here's the receiver. I have the receiver set on mono mode, and this is what I like a little better about the DJI than I do with the Rode. The Rode, you needed a combination of button pushes in order to change all the settings. With this one is a touch interface. As you can see, I flick it down or I flick it up. I can control different settings. Flick it down and then go transmitter settings. Select, it's pretty easy once you figure it out once, and then you have this dial here too to dial it in. Now what you're hearing is the lavalier microphone connected to the transmitter, and that's going to the receiver here, going into the FX3. I haven't changed any of the other settings. I have the lavalier microphone in the same distance that I had when I was doing the Rode. But what I'm noticing with the monitoring is that there is more latency with the DJI than the Rode. The Rode didn't have as much latency that I was noticing, but the DJI 2, I am noticing a bit of a latency in the signal. The biggest benefit with the DJI when it comes to Sony cameras is this accessory that I got, and this is the DJI to MI shoe. This will clip on directly to the Sony hot shoe, and then you can have a direct connection without any kind of wires. Okay, what you're hearing right now is the DJI using the Sony to DJI adapter into the FX3, and you're hearing the transmitter without the lav. I don't have the lav plugged in, but you're hearing it directly from the transmitter. And even with the MI shoe attachment on, I am hearing latency in the monitoring. And it has been the case where when I'm recording for a long period of time, there is drift in the audio to the picture when I'm doing dual. So these have 32-bit float internal recording. The Rodes have 32-bit internal recording. The Sennheiser only has 24-bit, not 32. But with this one, I have noticed more latency than the Rode. And finally, here's the Sennheiser Wireless Profile. Here's the receiver. I'm talking into the transmitter right now. I have it less than 6 inches from my mouth, the same distance as the other transmitters. You can see here, this one's just as small, maybe a little bit bigger than the DJI. And it's a touchscreen interface, works the same way. But the cool thing about this system, I'm going to put this microphone, clip it to my shirt. The cool thing about this setup here is that it comes with this charging brick. So you pop that in here. I'm sure you've seen the advertisements. It comes with a little windscreen. You pop on here, put both mics here. You can use this as a handheld interview microphone like this. It has quarter 20s here. You can set it up to have a microphone stand, like a podcasting setup. It comes with this case, has some windscreens in there, and all the cables. Even though this is larger than the other systems, I find this to be more efficient with everything that it's packed in. And here you have magnets. These are the magnets that you can use to clip on the transmitters to your shirt. When you open this up, you have the different connections to, it looks like lightning, USB-C, and to the regular camera when you're slipping it into the cold shoes. You have a USB right there to charge everything. And that's what this is. This is what it sounds like. I am now going to plug in the Sennheiser. Okay, now you're hearing the Sennheiser Lavalier microphone in a Sennheiser transmitter. And that's going to the receiver, going into the FX3. This is what it sounds like. And this is a good pairing because this is what it was meant for. It's designed for the Sennheiser. So Sennheiser to Sennheiser. This is what it sounds like. Here on this transmitter, it looks a little different because you have a USB-C connection with the charging right there. And then this clip that goes on to your clothing also has a quarter 20, which I haven't seen before. So this can now screw into like another mount or something if you're going to use this more as a sit-down microphone by itself. I can see that being utilized like that, or I can see this being connected to a shotgun microphone, and then using that 3.5, you can connect it to some kind of a rig. But this is what it sounds like with the lavalier microphone. And with just a few tests right now, I am really liking the Sennheiser. It's too bad it doesn't have 32-bit float recording. I wonder if that could be a firmware update, just like it was with the DJI. That the DJI, it wasn't at the beginning 32, but they added 32. And same thing with the Rode. I think the Rode wasn't officially 32. It was like a 32 done in post, but now I think it does 32, for sure 32. So if Sennheiser can do 32, Sennheiser might become my favorite out of the three so far.